Hey, this is James with Engadget, and this is the SW10 Smartband from Sony. If you're thinking, oh no, here we go, another fitness tracker, another wristband wearable, you'd be partly right. It is a wristband, it is a fitness tracker, it is just going to log your steps as much as it's going to log your total distance for the day, just like anything like this Garmin wristband does here. But there are a couple of key differences to the SW10 to the Smartband that you won't find in your average glorified pedometer. For example, the SW10 is much more of a software and hardware proposition, so the two things come together. So you'll definitely be needing one of these, not least because the SW10 or the Smartband has no optical or visual readout, shall we say. There are 3 LEDs along the side here. That is your only visual indication of anything that's going on, and it only is limited really to battery power and kind of what basic mode it is in. Most of the brains is going to be done with the LifeLog app, which is where all the magic sort of happens really. So this really is just a sort of an accelerometer. It is a kind of a dumb band. They call it a smart band, but really it's just got so your accelerometer for motion, and it will track your steps and motion. You can use it obviously to pair with the phone. It's got NFC, it's got Bluetooth 4 for low power consumption, but really all the detailed stuff happens here in the app. And below here are some tiles which cover the amount of calories that you've burned that day, the number of steps, the total amount of time you've walked, and the amount of time you've run. It'll auto detect when you start running. It'll see the repetition and it'll sort of start logging that. It'll also log sleep. So far, so average. But beyond that, it'll tell you how long you have spent browsing the internet, the number and exactly the photos you have taken that day, where you took them, how much music you've listened to on your phone. So if you're doing it on your computer, not so much, but if you listen to through your media player, it'll log those minutes, as well as the amount of time you spend watching videos, playing video games, reading books and internet browsing. So there's a whole swathe of extra information that you're not going to get with a regular fitness tracker. So that may be good, that may be bad. It's a little bit creepy. It also tells you where you're doing everything. There is a map, and it doesn't log every single point, but it'll sort of every now and again it'll take a snapshot of where you are, providing you allow it to, and it'll tell you where you were doing whatever you were doing. And you can scroll through this time and you'll see there are little icons here, and there's a little gamepad, a little globe for the internet, and you can kind of see how you've spent or wasted, depending on your perspective, your day. Yeah, it is a little bit strange, and it's kind of not going to be for everyone. If you want it just as a fitness tracker, yeah, it'll do that. If you just want it for sort of like a sort of personal diary and to see how you spend your day, to see if you can improve what you do with your time, yeah, maybe it'll work and it's good fun. But I see this really as being popular with those sort of people that really like to get their information out there, really like to sort of quantify everything that they do, see how they're spending their time. In that regard, it is really, really quite good. Especially there is a life bookmark feature, which is when you press this button twice, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, the phone kind of takes like a snapshot of location, the weather, the temperature, all these sort of things, and kind of creates like a life bookmark, Sony wants to call it. And these are kind of quite useful for you know, maybe you're out in a shop or you see something crazy in the center of town, you take one and then maybe you can take a photo and you'll have this sort of like a condensed information nugget of everything that was going on at that time. So in that regard, the Smartband and the LifeLog app are kind of like a fun companion, sort of an alternative blogging tool really, rather than sort of like a fitness band, for which it is adequate, but is maybe not as good as sort of other choices. So if you really want to see how it performs in all of its regards, head to engadget.com for the full review.
What you have here is this gorgeous Super AMOLED display. What's great about this display is that it's adaptive. Now it's adaptive both in terms of brightness. I can take this outdoors and it'll automatically pump itself